I'm so over the United States Postal Service. Every time I go into our local post office, there is some type of like grouchy human yelling at me for how I wrote on the bag, how I taped it shut, how I packaged it. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm not working for a shipping and receiving department. I am a mom trying to send stuff to our friends and our families and make returns. Ease up. Like, I seriously am boycotting going in there, because every single time since I moved to this little town, it's nothing but big dick energy of them being total jerks. And this other woman was like, here, here, as I was snapping at the woman. I couldn't take it anymore. Couldn't take it. Like, get out of people's way. Be kind. Be kind.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
It's really two places that I hate coming to in Brooklyn, New York, and that is the motherfucking post office and make motherfucking Donald. Y'all bitches wake up with attitudes. Y'all bitches is rude as fuck. Like, I go to the motherfucking post office and I'm here to pick up a motherfucking package. So they like, okay, your package is at window 1. So I goes to window 1. It's 2 fucking packages, me and another customer. So I get to the window. She like, oh, you got a sign. I'm like, for which package? I don't know. Bitch, you work here. I don't fucking work here. What the fuck do you mean you don't know? You just fucking scared them. Like, y'all bitches got attitudes for no fucking reason. Then you want to be looking at me with the dead stare. Bitch, I will slap you through this fucking bulletproof motherfucking glass. Stop playing with me. I will wait for you after work. I will run up in the door when that shit open. Like, y'all really don't really know who y'all be fucking with. That shit be blowing minds. Y'all be having an attitude for no fucking reason. Like, no reason. It's no.
I have been literally packing, selling, shipping orders with the U.S. Post Office since 2020. When I originally started, I could ship a package. Mind you, I'm just shipping like stickers and bookmarks and shit. I could ship a package for like $2.26. Do you know how much shipping has risen? Let me just pause the $4.36 is like average. Is anybody else concerned?
Why ladies that work at the post office so miserable? If anyone on here has worked at Ozpost or any postal place for that matter, I need to know the tea. There must be some crazy shit that is going on in there make you all so miserable. What's going on? What's the tea? What's happening that feel like you need to be rude to every single customer that walks in?
Let me tell you how crazy things are in these post office streets. When I was at the academy, yes, the post office calls it the academy, and yes, I have friends who are police officers, and I've been roasted for that. But when I was at the academy, they told us this story, and I want to share it with you. So once upon a time, a mail carrier fell in love with a woman that he was delivering mail to. And I don't remember if they actually got together or not, but like, she was aware of his feelings for her or whatever. But like, at some point, she ended up with another man. Okay. I don't know if it was after they broke up. The point is that at some point during this, like, possibly two-way, possibly one-way relationship, this woman ended up with another man. And so the mail carrier felt some type of way about that. And he decided to start stalking her, which was pretty easy because he already knew where she lived. And so he's stalking her and he finds out like who this other man is, right? And I'm pretty sure at some point he starts going through her mail. And so the woman contacts the post office, who then contacts the postal inspector. Now, if you don't know about postal inspectors, they are literally the FBI for the post office. Not like the FBI, they are literally just federal agents like FBI, but they only deal with post office related crimes. They can do arrests. They go through basic training. They're trained on firearms, like combat training. They actually go to a real legit academy. For a while, I was seriously thinking of applying to become a postal inspector because, first of all, they make a lot of money. You don't need like a relevant degree to become, like, you literally just need a bachelor's in anything to apply. The only reason that I didn't do it was because training is 16 weeks and my wife was pregnant at the time, and I'm like, damn, I'm not about to be away from her for 16 weeks during this time. And on top of that, when you're done with the training, they just send you off to wherever in the country they need you. And so I'm like, I'm not about to like uproot my whole family for this. But other than that, bro, it generally sounds like a super dope, like super cool job. But the point is, they call the postal inspector, right? He gets involved. And so now they start monitoring this mail carrier and this woman. And one day, the woman gets a letter from her new man in the mail. So now the mail carrier sees this letter, and now he's got to deliver this letter from the new man to his girl, quote unquote, his girl that he's stalking. And so instead of delivering it, he parks his truck outside the house and opens the letter. Like, yo, I need to see what this man is talking about. Yeah, opens the letter. As he's reading the letter, postal inspector comes through, arrests this dude. Now, I don't know if they got him on stalking or if they got him because he was opening the mail. Whatever the case may be, I just remember that that letter in particular was instrumental in getting him arrested. Now, here's the twist. The letter wasn't even from the man. The letter was from the postal inspector. It was a fake, a bait and switch to lure him into opening it. Now, my thing is, I want to know what he wrote in that letter. Because if I was that postal inspector, bro, I want that job. Hey, Manny, we got a job for you. We need you to write a letter for this mail carrier pretending to be the love interest of the woman he's in love with. Bro, I would have a whole series. It's not going to be one letter. It's going to be 3, 4. Bro, it's going to be a whole season of letters. Shonda Rhimes got nothing on me, bro. I'm going to make a whole love triangle series. Bro, I have character development, plots, and twists. But that's crazy to me.
Man, that is a crazy story. You are not supposed to open another person's mail. And you certainly can't stalk anyone. If it was me, I would have played with him. Send all kinds of stuff to him. I would have sent gifts and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then catch him like that. And then catch him.
Can I just tell y'all, I hate the United States Postal Service. I hate them with a passion. If there's a problem with your package being delivered, it's probably with the United States Postal Service. It's almost always is. So I ordered 6 books on sale from Book Outlet, and it already took time to it took about 3 days to process the order, and then it took forever for them to finally ship out the books. And then it got sent through United States Postal Service like it said it would. So the books are supposed to come Saturday. It's Monday. And what makes it worse is that they already put delivered on the package, so now I can't search for the package. I don't know where the hell it's at. I checked my address. I was like, did I put the address in wrong? And I just didn't notice. No, I put my right address in. United States Postal Service, send me my package, bro.
Quick little rant here. So today I got a package and it was delivered by the post office. It was an express package from TikTok Shop. So it was put in my mailbox with a key and locked. So when I went to get the package, I noticed that the package had a slit in the top, like somebody like slid a little bit open with like a blade. But I didn't think anything of it. I brought it back to the apartment and then I go to open it and I noticed that it only has 2 items in the package. It's supposed to have 3. So I'm assuming the postman or postwoman opened it. I don't know if it's because it said beauty on the front of it or what, but yeah. They stole one of the 3 items that were in the package, and it's like so frustrating because not only do I have to deal with other tenants stealing packages that are not able to be put into your mailbox, but now I gotta worry about the damn fucking post office stealing your packages. Like, make it fucking make sense. I'm just so fucking tired. Like, it's so annoying that people just can't be honest people. Do your fucking job and just deliver the fucking package and keep it the fuck moving. Like, I understand, you know, times is hard, but times is hard for all of us. So when I get a package, I need all of my items to be in the package. Like, it's just Philly. I used to love living in Philly. Now it's like I'm kind of really over it at this point. Between the chaotic driving, to the packages that are stolen, to the people that live in this building that are fighting every day and arguing and throwing clothes in the hallway and putting paint on the clothes in the hallway. Like, I've had it. I've just had it. Do better, Philly. Like, I just had it. All right, sorry. Rant over.
Anybody here work for the United States Postal Service? No. Here's what happened. I sold an item on OfferUp. The person lives like over an hour away, so he asked me to ship it using OfferUp shipping service. So I used the shipping label that OfferUp provided me, packaged the item, mailed it off. It's been 9 days now, and it should have gotten there the next day or 2 days after, no more than 2 days after. It's now been 9 days, and I'm tracking it, and it's being bounced from post office to post office, from Anaheim to Santa Clarita to Monrovia, back to Santa Clarita, back to Anaheim, and it's going back and forth, just getting bounced from place to place to place, and it will not get delivered. I finally went into my local post office and spoke to a supervisor. He said that it may have had a faulty barcode or something, and that hopefully at some point it just gets returned to me as the returning address. I have yet to get paid for this item, so now it's lost in the mail and I'm not paid. So, has anybody else had this happen, or is there anything else I can do at all?
Today's Dunkin' drive-through thoughts with Nikki. Can we talk about the post office and how I've had 4 packages in my car that I've been meaning to send for months, but I can't come to, I just can't come to running that errand, because you walk in there and no matter what, it feels like a torturous scene. It's like the old vacant cafeteria, but this one's stuffed with envelopes. And you don't know why envelopes the same size come in all different prices. And then not to mention shipping a package, and it's like, oh, well, there's a 29-cent difference. I don't fucking care how it gets there. I don't care how much it is. Just give me the cheapest price and send it. Just send it and get me out of this hellhole. There's no music, there's no vibe. I can't imagine what the janitor feels like at night. It feels creepy in there. There's the one person behind the counter that looks pissed off. Even if you just order stamps, they're still pissed at you. That's my thoughts for today. Like, we need a new vibe check in the postal service.
Guys, I feel like customer service can just make or break your day. So I went to the postal office, the worst place to go. And basically I've had this package that I've been looking for, and I had to send a package. I didn't have tape, so I was afraid, because it's like when you don't have tape, they literally try to kill you. And then I asked the lady at the counter, like, are you selling tape? She's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, unless you want the $30 tape or like the expensive tape. I'm like, this is just too much. So I go to my tailor. He gives me tape. Okay. I get back to the postal office. I'm talking to another guy. The guy legit is like, I'm actually going to double wrap your things. I got another guy just by chance at the same postal office. He's like, I'm going to double wrap your packages just so they're extra safe. Gave me free tape. Long story short, be nice to people, because what the heck?
I literally think I'm being targeted by my post office. I don't know what is going on. I have never had an issue. I've had my P.O. box for over a year now. That's where I have returns go to. And now this is the second time in like such a short amount of time that I've had issues with packages and I can't get them and they return them to my sender. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I feel like every time I go in there, if I talk to one person, he freaking hates me for whatever reason. And then there's one woman that's so nice and helps me. And I feel like it's a toss-up of what's going to happen based on who I get. And it is so unbelievably frustrating, especially when I work for myself and I want to get my returns back to me and not have to refund someone or without having the item or have to go back and forth with them. It's just, it's annoying, honestly. And I feel like I'm being targeted and I'm so freaking fired up about it. If you have any other issues like me with your post office, like, I feel you, because I never had an issue and now I always have issues. So I'm right there with you, but that's all.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Good morning. So let me just rant real quick. So yesterday I went to to my mailbox to get my mail, and I live in an apartment complex. So you know the mailboxes are really small, right? So yesterday, this isn't everything, but I'm just gonna give you an idea. All of this was stuck in my mailbox, right? There's more. It's so much to the point to where I just filled this bag with someone else's mail. So the mail belongs to the apartment that's below me, and no one lives there. They haven't lived there in probably about 3 weeks. They moved out. Anyway, I gathered all of the mail, put it in the bag, and brought it across the street to the post office. It's right across the street. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, it's in walking distance. So anyway, I bring the mail over here thinking I'm doing something good, right? I even tried to find the person whose mail this belongs to, but I was not successful. Anyway, I come over here to the post office to give them the mail, hoping that they would take the mail and send it wherever it needs to go. The clerk tells me, oh, you need to take it to the post office located somewhere. Whatever the case may be, it's inconvenient for me. And so I asked her, why would I take it over there? She tells me, well, if I take it, what's going to happen is you're going to end up getting the mail again. Now, I repeat, my mailbox is very small. So that means there isn't much room. So why would someone stuff that much mail in my box on one day? One day. And again, I'm trying to do the right thing, and this is how I'm thanked. So what do you think I'm going to do? Well, I'm not going to throw it away. I am going to take it over to the post office where she told me. I think it's probably about 3 or 4 miles away. But I'm going to let them know exactly what's going on, and I'm going to log a complaint. Whether they take the complaint or not, I'll go online and go to the post office's website and write my complaint there, because this doesn't make any sense. This is why the post office is going down. Customer service sucks. Service sucks. I mean, it just sucks. And they have the nerve to be expensive on top of that. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Mwah.
You know me and my history with the post office, you know this is like so in line. I just got in another fight at the post office because this man was behind me, right? I'm in line at one of these counters, like filling out my package form, but I'm in line filling it out. I see him start to edge up close to me, and I was like, is he about to cut me right now? For context, you can tell when a man is the type of man that's the worst man ever. He just seemed like such an effing misogynist, and like I was just getting horrible vibes from him. I could just tell I was gonna hate him right away. And then he did cut me, so I was like, okay, maybe he's just, you know, cutting ahead. But obviously it was so clear that I was in line. So he cuts in front of me, and then when it's time to kind of get closer to going up, I go, yeah, sir, if you wouldn't mind, like I was just standing in line right here. Like, obviously he knew that. He looks at me, holds up his package, and he goes, yeah, but I'm actually ready. So I hold up my package and I go, yeah, I'm actually ready too. He was clearly so frazzled. I don't think people confront him a lot because he's such a raging dickhead. He goes, yeah, I'm actually ready for the second time. First of all, use a different argument because that just wasn't compelling at all. So you can ask the man behind you if you can go there. And I just looked at him and I was like, this is not my battle to fight. However, what I wanted to say to him was, men like you have a look, you suck, and I wish poorly on you, and I wish you a very unwell day, and I bet you're single because you're so horrible and you clearly hate women. Fuming coming out of that interaction. Almost gave him a wet willy right there on the spot.
Okay, little rant time as I'm driving home real quick. So I just went to the post office, and I don't know if any of you have, maybe you already know about this and it's like a common thing and I just had no idea, or I'm just being frustrated and confused for no reason, or if it was just like a rude person. I don't know. Anyways, so I go to the post office, which I normally go to the post office or the UPS store. Obviously, I know they're like competitors, whatever. But both of them always, I bring my shipping label, I bring the package, they just tape it up for me, give me my little receipt, we're good to go. I mean, unless sometimes I need to print it, then they print it for me. Obviously, you have to pay for that now. Anyways, I get there, you know, stand in the long line, gets to me, hand my shipping label, my little bag, like, oh, just a return for me, please. And then she said, oh, you need to tape that. And I was just so confused, because I was like, I don't have any tape. I was like, every time I've been here, I was like, it's always been taped. And she goes, well, that person must have been very nice to you then. Like, it was just one person. All of my years of living and going to the post office and the UPS store, they've always just taped it for me. That's just what they did. I don't know if that's a rule that they're not supposed to, but it's just always happened. Anyway, so she's like, you need to go buy tape on the back wall. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Annoyed at this point. And then, so I go buy the tape, and then she's like, oh, you need to stand off to the side. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to tape it, but whatever. So she's like, just come back to me when it's done. So I finish. Obviously, she's like helping somebody else, so I just wait behind them. She looks at me, and she ignores me. She calls the next person in line. So I'm like, okay. Now I feel awkward, because I'm just like, I'm not trying to look like I'm cutting people, but I was already there. I just had to tape my thing. So, whatever. So, I get back in line, and then it's my turn, she wasn't available, so I went to the next person, and so I taped the bag shut, and I still had the shipping label, and he's like, oh, you have to tape on the shipping label, which is also weird to me, because they tape the bag closed, and they tape the shipping label on. Like, I don't know, that's just what's always happened for me. I don't know if it's supposed to be different. Anyway, so I was like, oh, okay. And so before I even grab the tape that I just bought, he hands me a thing of tape. Which one, I don't know why he just wouldn't do it. I mean, whatever, maybe they're not supposed to, I don't know. But I'm like, you guys clearly have tape. Why did you make me just buy this tape if you're just going to hand me tape to use way more and ship the whole shipping label on versus just putting a little strip to, you know, close the bag? I was just so confused and just so frustrating. Like, I get it if maybe that's their rule or their policy and I just didn't know. But I've been to multiple locations of post office and UPS stores, and they've always just taped the shipping label and the bag or box shut. That's just always happened. And I don't know why it would be different this time. And it's also frustrating to me, I guess, a little bit that it's not just like, oh, like, you know, she looked at me like, obviously you don't know, like, I'm sorry, that's our policy, like, was nice about it. She was just like, you need to buy tape. That person must have been very nice to you. Like, well, what's with the attitude? I obviously don't know what's going on. It's like, I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not out here to steal your guys' tape, you know. I'm really getting a lot of money out of you guys. Like, really? Like, it just seemed very unnecessary, especially when the next person at the next window literally gives me tape. For free. Didn't get charged. So, I don't know. Have you guys ever dealt with that? Do you get free tape? Is this just really irrelevant to you? Probably. Am I being dramatic? Maybe. But I think I'm a little bit validated in being frustrated about literally, she's just rude, made me buy tape, and then the next person doesn't. I don't know. What's the rule? Do we need to bring our own tape? I don't have tape at home even. Anyways, hope you're having a great day.
I don't know what it is with the post office and tape, but they are so stingy with the tape, man. I have to pay a lot of money just for tape. Just for a little bit of tape. And it's just like, bruh, I don't even need the whole thing. All I need is just a little bit. And yet I'm paying for the whole thing. And obviously you guys overcharge for the tape.
It's always a really nice feeling whenever I get customers who, you know, want to reiterate to me, you know, that they appreciate my kindness, they appreciate my helpfulness, and that I don't treat them like a burden as a customer, you know. And it's always really sweet, and I appreciate that every single time a customer compliments me and on my customer service and on my work ethic, because, oh yeah, it means a lot. And yeah, your clerk should be nice to you, and, you know, I'm not gonna be mean. Why would I be mean to you? You don't deserve that. Come on now. Like, even people who are mean to me, I like kill them with kindness, and then they feel bad. They're like, okay, thank you. Yeah!
Now, I know by now most of y'all had seen the video of the man at they're working at the post office, and the woman came to the post office at 4:59 trying to get in to ship some packages off. I've seen videos that say he was in the right, and I've seen videos that said he was wrong, because it was 4:59 and they closed at 5. Let me give y'all my 2 cents. First and foremost, a lot of these companies ain't paying, these businesses ain't paying nobody overtime. Us who working in the real world, y'all know, majority of us are overworked and underpaid. When they say the post office closed at 5 o'clock, that means everything is shut down. The employees walking out the door at 5 o'clock. Ma'am, you had all daggone day. You had all day. You had all day to get those packages in. And she had a handful, y'all. She had all day. And somewhere in her brain, she thought that it was okay to show up at that post office at 4:59, knowing that the post office closed at 5 o'clock. Somewhere she thought that was okay. Now, y'all that work with computers and all this other technology and equipment and stuff, y'all know to shut something down, some stuff down, it ain't just going and unplugging it. You can't do that because you're messing up whole systems. So him telling her, like, man, bring it back tomorrow, I'm pretty sure everything was already shut down in the post office by the time she got there at 4:59. And she was so proud to say, well, I showed up at 4:59. Ma'am, you couldn't have thought them days of people working for free, overtime, going above and beyond. Ma'am, them days gone. People know their worth nowadays. That man said he was not finna crank that system back up to put them packages through because you waited till 4:59. Let's have some common decency. Yes, I know it said the post office closed at 5 o'clock, but that ain't okay either. Like, that ain't even okay for her to show up at 4:59 and think she finna go in there and do all of that. So that means you was gonna be in there, probably not even in line at 5 o'clock. And just by her saying, her wife said 4:59, the one in the post office could have said 5:05. We don't know what the post office clock said. But baby, you wouldn't got no service from me either. I'm sorry. Folks have been at work all day. Folks tired. It's the end of the day, and you coming in there talking about, because whatever you got to get mailed out, it ain't going out today anyway, baby. It ain't going out today. 9:05 o'clock, it ain't going out today. So you might as well come back in the morning. I hope that, you know, everything work out for him and people don't cause him to lose his job, because, you know, social media, people be running their mouth and be posting stuff and saying stuff, and then next thing you know, these folks out of a job. I don't think that man need to be out of no job. I think he did right. Because you had all day to come drop these packages off, and somewhere in your brain that you thought it was okay to pull up at 4:59 to drop some packages off when we walking out the door to go home in less than a minute. Something wrong with it.
I don't say this lightly. I'm about to change your life if you hate mailing packages. One of you guys sent me this tip, and it has, I'm not kidding, it has changed my life, okay? I hate mailing things. I have packages I was supposed to mail last December. I had to return my newly, and I was just afraid that I wouldn't do it because, I don't know, the mail is hard and scary to me. And one of you DM'd me and said, did you know that Uber has a courier service? They will come for $4 and pick up your newly and take it to UPS. And they did. They came to my house within an hour, and for literally $4, and it doesn't even give you the option to tip. There's no tipping on it. For $4, they took my newly and took it to UPS. Now, I know for some of you, you might be like, that's an easy task for me. I'm not going to pay someone $4 to do that. But for me, it's monumental, okay? That's like climbing Everest, is mailing a package. So now I have actually like 5 packages that I've needed to mail for a couple months now. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to print out the label. I can do like a click and ship thing. And I also know USPS will pick up packages from your door. That is true, but sometimes you can't use USPS, so then you'd have to go to UPS or FedEx or whatever. The Uber courier will take it to wherever you want. And it's like $4. You just go into Uber, like scroll down to services, and there's a courier service. Yeah, this changes everything. So you're welcome. Thank you to the girl that told me this. You changed my life. Okay.
Hi, real quick, I'm making this TikTok. I'm about to be late for work, but I have to tell you what the post office just did to me. So I live in Illinois. It's about as specific as it's gonna get. And I ordered like a package. It was like a $30 package, and a third-party shipping company was going to come and drop it off. So it got dropped off Saturday at 7:30 p.m. They put it in my mailbox, which I get is illegal, right? You're not supposed to use the post office mail boxes, that kind of thing. But it's our mailbox. But still, I get it. Sorry, I'm also a little sick. So, leaves it in the mailbox. I don't check the mail on Sundays because no post on Sundays. So Monday rolls around and I go to check the mailbox after work. My package is not in there. Like, it's not. So I'm like, that's really weird. So I tried to call the shipping company and they don't answer me. The shipping company sucks, by the way. I've been calling them and they're not answering me. So then I called the post office this morning, and today's Tuesday. And I'm like, hey, did the mail person take the package like out of my mailbox? Because it's either that or somebody stole it. And the guy that I get on the phone, he's like, oh, what's your address? And I tell him, and he's just like, oh, yeah, no, third-party companies are not allowed to use U.S. postal mailboxes, and starts yelling at me, like screaming at me like you would with a child. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I did not control this. I did not ask the third-party carrier to put it in the mailbox. He just assumed to. And he's going on and on, on and on and screaming at me about how this is so illegal and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so where is my package?
And he's just like, oh, she'll be dropping a bill off for you today for you to have to pay in order to get your package. I'm sorry, I have to pay to get the package that you stole out of my mailbox when the flag was A down? Like, what? So now, hang on, let me cover. So this is it. This is what I get. I have to pay $11.60 to my post office, right? And I have to leave it in the mailbox, right? So I call back after work. So I work 2 jobs. I'm home now and then I go again. Anyway, so I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, so this just happened to me. Like, I called earlier today and the guy yelled at me and she's like, no, call back. She's a bitch when she wants to be and I love it. But I'm not. Somebody yells at me, I roll over and I die. And so she's like, okay, sorry, that was my mom calling me. Anyway, so she tells me to call back. So I call back and I ask for like the person in charge, right? And I'm like, the postmaster. I'm like, hey, can I talk to the postmaster? And she's like, this is she. Like that. And I'm like, oh, hi, like, wonderful to talk to you. My name is Alyssa. This is what happened. I tell her the story. And she cuts me off and she goes, okay, well, third party people are not allowed to use our property. That is our property. That is our equipment. They're not paying to use it. And she starts screaming at me. And like way worse than the other guy. And I'm like about to cry. I'm like holding back tears and I go, okay, well, so this is like a 6-minute phone call, right? So the first 3 minutes she's just screaming at me and I go, okay, so what can I do to prevent this in the future? Because I didn't ask them to put it in there. She's just like, okay, if you want your package, you have to pay the $11.60. We have to charge you because these third-party companies don't effing listen to us. Blah, 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 blah. So take it up with them if you have a problem with it. And then I'm like, okay, so what do I do to prevent this in the future? She goes, oh, okay, then leave a big note in your mailbox and tell them that they're not allowed to use it. I'm like, okay. Great, thank you. I'm like, so if I leave cash in my mailbox in this freaking thing, then she'll bring my package back? She goes, by the next day. Yes. So I'm annoyed. I posted it on my little Facebook community page because I was always like stir the pot and whatnot. I've never posted on this one because, like I said, I'm newer to the thing. But I'm tempted to pay it in change. So I'm counting out my quarters. I'm going to put it in there. My mom's coworker used to work at the post office and she said don't do that because they'll mess with our stuff. But I'm also like, you guys have all screamed at me. Like, keep the $30 package. Throw it away like you threatened to do. Just don't treat people that way. And how about stop holding my package ransom, you freaking weirdos?
If I was her, I would just put the quarters in there and just start some beef or something. If they want to mess with you, you too, you have to fight back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it would just be hilarious overall.
I had the talk today with my post office people. I said, hey, so the platform I sell on the most is TikTok Shop, and as of May 10th, they are no longer accepting the shipping manifest that you want me to have as an acceptance scan. So do you all scan the packages as they leave? And they said, well, we scan the container. I said, but do you scan the packages as leaving? And they said, no, they don't get scanned until they go to the plant. And I'm like, okay, well, are we gonna have a problem here? Because I'm not gonna be bringing the shipping manifest anymore, so you're gonna have to scan all the packages. And they were like, well, if they won't accept it, they won't accept it. I said, well, technically you're supposed to scan the packages after you scan the shipping manifest anyways. It even says so on the USPS website. And of course, they don't want to believe me. But I have come with receipts. So this is a shipment I dropped off today. It says, your shipment was received. The acceptance of your package is pending. And if you go down here and it says, what do these statuses mean? And we go to shipment received, package acceptance pending. It says, a postal facility has received a container or pallet of multiple packages, but processing has not started. Once the container is opened, each individual package will receive a scan indicating postal acceptance. I believe you should be scanning the manifest, and then the packages should also be scanned in and then accepted. Because at my old post office, that's what they told me when I would bring a shipping manifest. They were like, we have to scan them in anyways. Also on those trackings, from my old post office, when I would drop them off, they would show they were leaving the facility, and then they would get scanned in at the plant. So I think it's like something to do with training and follow through, and I don't know. I want to say laziness, but I don't want to say laziness, but I want to say laziness. I said, well, whenever my post person picks them up, whenever I schedule a pickup, they scan the manifest and they scan in all the packages like they're supposed to. And they said they do that because they're trying to waste time. And I'm like, what? I was like, I figure once you got the mail done, like you're done with your day. That's not how it works. She said, no, if you get done early, you have to go back to the post office and then deliver more mail because they don't have enough workers. So if they can stop and pick up 86 packages, which is what I sent out yesterday that they picked up, then they will, and they'll scan them all in so they can take up more time because they want to like take up the whole day and not have to go back and deliver more mail. I mean, makes sense to me, but like, I still think according to the USPS website, after you scan a manifest, you're still supposed to scan the packages in. I don't know. I know I have some post office workers on here, so please chime in the comments and let me know. Also, if you sell on TikTok Shop, let me know. Are you even using the shipping manifest anymore? Are you even selling on TikTok Shop anymore? Do you want to get paid? You want to get paid today? Probably not going to happen unless you're selling over 500 orders in their 15 to 45 days. As sarcastic as I am, I do love you. I love my customers. I love my friends on here, and I love making the orders, but little policies like irk me. I'm one of those people where like I am a rule follower like to the T, but like if it's like something that doesn't make sense at all, then like I don't follow the rule, or I have a huge issue with the rule.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.